All right. So bad news, Bears fans. Due to a multitude of factors, such as my blisters opening back up, I think I messed up my knee, my right knee. I think I'm gonna call the expedition off when I arrive at Finlayson. I hate to make that call, I really do. It goes against the entire kind of principle of this hike, or the reason why I went out. But I think it is the right call, and so I'm gonna make it. Yeah. It sucks. But, like I said, I think it's the right thing to do.
Bit rainy out, isn't it? Hello everybody, and welcome to the trail. So, things, as you can see, have deviated from where I expected them to go right off the bat. So, as you can see, I am inside of the tent. This is a Nemo Aurora 2P two-person tent. This is the first time that I'm using it for an extended duration trip. I'm really excited. As you can see, it's a heck of a lot larger than that piddly bivvy that I was using before. You'll have to excuse the lighting though. It's just so cavernous that my little flashlight can't can't get it all. So here's the deal. My initial thought was I'm gonna start off at the trailhead at the Munger trailhead in Duluth. However, before that could happen, some behind-the-scenes stuff had to take place, such as me moving out of my college apartment. That ended up taking, for various reasons, that ended up taking 4 hours longer than it should have. So, instead of walking and getting here at around or just after midnight, my gracious mother, bless her heart, elected to drive me to this first way station, Jay Cook. So here I am, and thank goodness too, because it is starting to rain. I just got the tent set up and the rain fly on, and within literally like 5 minutes it started to rain, so the timing could not have been more perfect. I've already eaten tonight. It was just some leftovers from lunch, so nothing out of the backpack. I technically haven't touched my actual food supply yet. The forecast said that it was supposed to rain all throughout the night and then well into the morning. So my plan is to kind of stay hunkered up in here until it stops around 10-ish, pack up the tent, maybe eat a late breakfast, and then be on the trail by noon. I have ideally about 16 miles to cover tomorrow, but that is a tomorrow problem. Tonight, I need to get set up in my sleeping bag, get my sleep system all set up, and drift off to Slumberland. I have this great book, Two Old Women. I'm not sure if anybody's... not sure if any of y'all have read it, but neither have I, so we're gonna see what it's all about. Apparently it's a tale about survival in the Alaskan wilderness. Sounds like right up my alley. Well, I'm gonna get my sleeping bag set up. Hopefully, I have a lot of confidence in this tent. Actually, I feel really secure. I'll give you a more proper tour, house tour and gear rundown maybe tomorrow morning. But for now, to be frank, I'm tired, and I would like to go to bed. So that's what I'm going to do. Not the best way to start off this little adventure, but certainly not the worst. All right. Have a lovely night, y'all, and I will see you in the morning. Ta-ta. Look how cozy this is. I mean, just look how cozy this is. We got ourselves a nice tent. There's more than enough room. Like, more than enough room. I've got another blanket if I need be. I'm gonna switch into some, like, thermal underwear cozies here in a bit. This is going to be a gosh darn wonderful sleep, if I do say so myself. I've already peed, so there's no need to do that. I've got a little water tube in case I'm thirsty during the night. I've got my book if I get bored. Things, my friends, are looking up. All right, good night for real this time. Sweet dreams.
Good morning, everybody. It is, I guess, the morning of my first full day out here on the trail. And unlike last night, it is no longer dark, hence morning, so I will be able to give you a little bit more of a tour. I woke up about 20 minutes ago, I want to say. It is currently 10:42, which is far later than I normally wake up on these types of trips. Although, for some reason, I was just so darn comfortable last night. I think I finally cracked the code on, like, sleepwear. Like, good tent, good sleeping bag. I've got thermal underwear on. I've got this, Nemo. Wait, this isn't a Nemo. I think it's a Sea Summit or something. But I do have a Nemo sleeping pad down there. So, and I mean, it's all combining to make a very comfortable, very enjoyable experience. And then if you combine that with the fact that this tent, unlike my last one, is long enough that I can actually fully stretch out in it, makes for a very good sleep. So, it has been raining now for, well, gosh, since about 10 o'clock last night. Like I said, it's about 10:44, so it's been raining for about 12 hours straight. And I gotta say, this little tent, it's been chugging along. Not a speck of water has been leaking. Like, just take a look at this. So, I've got that out there. Nemo. But I mean, there's water on the rainfly. But that's all outside the tent. I've got 2 tarps underneath, and of course they're all tucked in. This tent comes with like a sort of bathtub style thing, so even if those 2 ground tarps leaked, I've got that one emergency layer of protection. Yeah. Well, you know what? I guess now that I'm awake, now that I'm up, I guess now would be good a time as any to give you a little house tour. And oh, what's this? What is this? Further investigation required. That's what that is. Let's see here. So there's not really much water on this side. It's a little damp there. You know what? I'm actually... It's good to see that, because I think I know the reason. They only gave me one piece of paracord and 2 stakes. So I didn't actually tie that part of the rainfly like away like I did with that side. So maybe that is a result of not doing that. I could very easily see that being the case. But anyway, it's not at all a big amount of water. So let me give you a little tour. This is my little sleeping area here. There's little hooks for like a flashlight. There. 2 doors. This one and this one, so I can get out on either side. I think when as I get more experience with this tent, I'm going to try and see if I can't like safely convert one of these vestibules into like a cargo space. So maybe like pull out the ground tarp a little bit. Because I do have a ground tarp that's like a lot bigger than the tent itself, the tent's footprint itself. So maybe I can shape it in such a way and then like connect the bottom there to make an enclosed little cargo vestibule. Because then I can just get out on this side. But speaking of cargo, that is what this side of the tent is for. I have a sheet because I do. Flashlight, of course, and I promise I will give a more detailed equipment rundown. You know what? Okay, here. Actually, we're gonna put this back. You don't get to see that yet. That's secret. You get to know what gear I have. It's secret. Well, that speaks to the effectiveness of the bathtub. This is dry. That is not wet. That is just water that is trapped underneath this kind of bathtub floor and that bottom ground tarp. I guess I didn't tuck it in properly. Or I just didn't string that out. And I even had the thought of doing it last night. But I thought, I don't need to. Plus I would have had to gone out in the rain. But like a very wise person told me, if it takes hard work, it's probably the right thing to do. So the forecast said that it's not supposed to stop raining until about noon. And it is 10 minutes to 11, so I think for the next hour, I'm going to dig into this book. I will see you all on the flip side. Well, I'm out of my comfies, into my hiking clothes for the day. Got some hiking socks, Feeder brand. Fider. I don't really know. But we have another problem. I just read straight through this entire book. I mean, it was a very good book, don't get me wrong. But what am I going to read now? That was my only book.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, well. I guess I'll just have to think. Maybe I'll write. I don't know. I'll find something to do. But this rain is still not stopping. I don't know what's going on. I just rechecked the forecast, and it says that there's light rain continuing until about 1 o'clock. It's 12:32 at the moment, and I'm still stuck in this darned tent. The plan for today is to hike about 18 mile down the Munger Trail. About one of those miles, unfortunately, will be spent just getting to the Munger Trail in the first place from where I'm at in Jay Cook, which, yeah, that's not too bad. But I figure that's going to take me full pack around 5 hours. I'll probably be walking a little slow, you know. I'll want to stop for some sort of food along the way, and then I don't know, you know, breaks included. So about 5 miles, or 5 hours, excuse me. So if the rain stops at 1, and I'm out of here, let's say by 1:30, that gets me getting to camp at around 6:30, which actually is perfect timing. You know, I could whip up some dinner, set up camp, build a fire. The next 2 days, despite, you know, this rain, the next 2 days are actually supposed to be really nice, with no rain expected. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Maybe one of these nights I'll even leave the rain fly off so I can see the stars. Although I don't really want to, you know, press my fate too terribly hard. In the meantime, though, while I'm still stuck in the tent, I'm gonna be packing up the sleeping bag and the sleeping accoutrement, as it were. I had the choice between black socks or white socks today. Or, I guess, grayish white. And I chose black because they were the driest. Despite no actual, like, standing water, I mean, aside from what was in that little corner there, got in the tent, it's still, like, damp, and so my clothes are just a smidge damp, which made the transition from my thermal, like, underwear stuff to my hiking clothes quite the chilly experience. But I'm a little antsy. I'm ready to get going. I'm rip roaring. I think I'm gonna skip breakfast today, or rather, I'm going to have. Where did I put it? It's somewhere here. I've got a little peanut butter sandwich that I stowed away yesterday that I'm probably gonna eat in place of breakfast this morning, just because I don't want to really waste any more time lounging around. I knew that it would be late, but I kind of hoped to already be packed up and, like, walking out by this time, and I'm not. But oh well, we'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm nearly packed up here in the tent. I mean, aside from the tent itself, the rain is almost done. It seems to be stopping, and I just want to praise the efficiency or the efficacy of this gosh darn tent, the Nemo Aurora 2P. Maybe I've just been using bad tents, but with the exception of that little dribble right there, I unzip this tent, right? Dry. I left my shoes out there last night. It has been raining for over 12 hours now. Dry. This tent is pulling its weight. This is a darn quality tent. Once again, the Nemo Aurora 2P backpacking tent. I cannot praise it highly enough. It absolutely aced its first night. And I mean, it's not like nature went easy on it for its first night. I mean, rain. We're in like a little gravel pit here. This is little Bessie's doing her job. I decided to do a little morning hike while I'm waiting for the rain to stop. Here's breakfast. It is a little peanut butter sandwich. But, I mean, just look at how beautiful this is. I mean, even though the rain is, you know, wet and requires a whole bunch of maintenance, my goodness. It really does make things beautiful, doesn't it? I'm thinking I'm really gonna enjoy this trip. I've been looking forward to it for a really long time. And, you know, finishing out college, it's been stressful. So I think this is going to be an amazing way to kind of step away from all that and get some thinking done. All right, I'm going to finish up my Sammy. All is standing water. And the inside of the tent did not get dry. Also, hey there, bud. Here. Why don't you come on off of there? Oh, yep, no, come on off. Here. We'll get you somewhere a little nicer than this tent. There you go. Well, here I am on the Munger Trail finally. There was about a 0.76 mile walk from where I was in Jay Cook to the trail, but we are finally on the trail proper, and it is in fact a deer area, as the sign so lovingly says. I've got my water just right here. I've got extra clothes if I need them. I think it's gonna get a little bit warmer as the day progresses, although it's already going on 2. So I don't know if we're quite in the heat of the day yet. But if necessary, I can take this off, or I can put this on, whatever I need. The next pit stop is gonna be in Carlton. It's a little town that I go through briefly, and then I'll hang a left to start heading down south to Hinckley. That is the plan currently, and I will update you as things progress. There's Carlton. And here is the Willard Munger State Trail to Hinckley. Hallelujah. The heat of the day is certainly approaching. It's definitely getting hotter. But I've got my trusty little water pack here, and things are going fine. The nature is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's only gotten better since getting down to Jay Cook. I mean, despite the whole town right there. But I mean, there's creeks, giant rocks like that. We passed over a huge bridge earlier that had the most amazing river. Due to all the rainfall we've gotten in the past week, it was bursting at the seams. Really, really, really cool stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this hike brings.
Fresh. I figure this is as good a place as any for my first little rest. I've walked 6 miles so far, and I mean, hey, it says picnic area. And how could I argue with a view like this? My goodness. It's raining again. The forecast said that it wouldn't rain again, but it is. So I have tied my raincoat over my backpack so that it's not getting wet. Woo. It's a little chilly though. It'll be okay. So I've got some unfortunate news. I think I'm gonna have to call this hike off. There's some outstanding circumstances. Well, here, let me just show you. I really would have loved to kept going, but caution, there's a bridge ahead. I mean, we all know bridges. I don't think I'd be able to take the proper precautions to cross the bridge. Oh my goodness. See that? The bridge, it's leaking. But I suppose it's fine, because we got water. Hey y'all, I kind of feel like I'm being judged a little bit. Made it to Atkinson, as that sign says. I'm currently 11 miles into the hike, 3 hours and 40 minutes, so a little bit slower than I would have liked, but certainly not bad. I passed this like tavern back a little bit of ways. Oh, what the heck was it called? Like Elmwood or Elkwood or something like that. And the smells that were wafting out of that bad boy, mouth-watering. It was like cheese curd grease with like a hint of like maple syrup or something like that. They said it was a bar and grill, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did serve cheese curds. But, oh my goodness. I will be looking forward to getting to the campsite and cracking open some food. And then I can actually, and I promise I will, show you an actual equipment rundown and all that good stuff. But that only happens if I get to the campsite, which I have 7 more miles left to do. Over halfway there.